Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to Eagles Talk Upon Further Review, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Whoa, well, we had a rough first week there. I'd like to thank the Green Stinger for hosting us Sunday. The outcome was not what we were looking for, but we still had a good time, especially the first half when we were up 17-0 and the party was on. We were partying and we were singing and everything was great. And then in the second half, a funny thing happened on the way to a victory. We got defeated, and it was quieter than a church mouse pissing on cotton in the Green Stinger after that occurred. So it was not what we were looking for. The offensive line did not have a great day. Our franchise quarterback did not have a great day. And our coach did not have a great day. And we're going to talk about all of that. I'll talk about what I was upset about. I'm a little bit better, just a tad bit better, but I'm frustrated because there was a game that was very winnable. I mean, we had it and we let it go, and it doesn't get any easier. Let's put it that way. Our next 5 games, we faced the Rams this week. We faced Cincinnati. Then we faced the 49ers, the Steelers, and the Ravens. So it doesn't get any easier. We really needed that game. But without further ado, let me bring in my co-hosts, the Sandlin boys, Pat and Shell. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Man, he did not have a good week. Last time I saw Pat, he was very, very upset.
Yeah, man. I was a little peed-oed.
Pat was about to start a fight with himself.
It's things you can do, and like I said, man, when we go back and look at this game, you try to break this game down, because believe it or not, I did look back at it a little bit. It was some missed opportunities. People didn't play as bad as we thought they did. People played terrible like we thought they did.
Yeah.
But all boils down to 2 people: the coach and the quarterback, and we can get farther into this during after the first quarter.
All right, so without further ado, let's start this first quarter.
You're now listening to the
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk. If you don't know the format of the show, let me just tell you, we are Eagles Talk, and we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. Yes, so I am partaking in the Basil Hayden. So when we do a shot, you guys do a shot. Basil Hayden, good stuff.
Right. Well, since you're doing something special, I'm doing the Let the Label Tell the Truth, E.H. Teller small batch.
And I'm doing your basic tequila 1800 silver.
I need it because of the week we had so far.
All right, everybody out there, let me know what you're drinking. We're going to drink our sorrows away as we prepare for the Rams game upcoming, but we're going to talk about what happened this past Sunday. But first, let us take it down the hatch. Everyone, 3, 2, 1.
It doesn't taste the same with a loss.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it does not. It does not taste the same with a loss. Okay. Everything started off great, man. We after the game, we talked about, we were so disappointed that most of our discussion was about what we were mad about, and it was the Carson Wentz's inability to get rid of the ball, him being prone to hold on to the ball too long, the offensive line not doing a very good job, and Doug Peterson's play calling were all the things that we were very, very upset about. But after watching it, or at the end of that game, I told you guys, let's turn our attention and focus on some positives that went on in that game. And one of the positives were we came out and we scored. We scored 3 out of our first 4 possessions. We were up 17-0. That was a positive to me because we were having trouble getting out to a quick start in the past couple of years. So that was very promising to me, but it doesn't mean anything if you get out to a fast start and then you relinquish the lead and lose the game. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, what did you see that was positive? Well, let me go. I got some video. Let's go to, well, before I do that, let me just talk to the guys out there in the room. We appreciate everyone who supports the show. And the first person in the room today was Jeremiah Andrews. What's up, guys? What's up, Jeremiah? Thank you for tuning in.
Jeremiah?
What up, Jeremiah?
Tay Patterson was second. She puts up heart signs. Thanks for tuning in. Taris Hayes, what's good, fellas? Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly to you. And Jeremy T. JT was there. JT.
What's up, JT?
What's up, JT?
Yo, look, as soon as you see JT, everybody probably, yo, what's up, JT? JT, what's up? Well, JT is a very,
I love
very good
JT,
friend,
man.
Yeah, we all love JT.
Good dude, man.
First up in this piece, what's good, brothers? Had a good time at the Grease Stingers. Too bad we couldn't run the goddamn ball. Yeah, you're right about that.
I don't even
And
want to talk
Frank-
about that.
Frank Brown says O-line. Yes, O-line. Christopher Burton, what's up, guys? What's up?
What up,
And
Chris?
the
Joe
beautiful
Guns.
Mrs.
Joe Guns is there.
The beautiful Mrs. Sandlin is in here, and her name has changed. Look at it. It's Sandlin now.
Yeah,
It's not Stephanie Dowling anymore. Wow.
Yeah.
She's double S like Shell.
Yeah. Yeah. SS. I know that's right.
Marcus Mad is in here. I'm in here now. Yes, you are. Dorsey's here. What's good? What's good?
Hey, Marcus, that's a
What's-
great name to have because I'm Marcus and I'm mad. That's a
Yeah,
great
Marcus
name to
Mad.
have. Man.
All right, so we started off okay, right? We came out, and like I said, the thing that I was most happy about or glad to see was that we came down and scored 3 out of our first 4 possessions. We came
Yes.
down and scored pretty easily. It looked,
Mhm.
it was reminiscent of the old Frank Reich days. And let's just see the first touchdown. It went to Ertz.
Wentz keeps it, looking, firing, end zone, and he's got a touchdown. That time it's the other tight end, Zach Ertz. What an opening drive for Philadelphia.
Yes, very, very impressive opening drive, which ended in that that touchdown from Wentz to Ertz, and it looked real easy. It looked really easy right there.
Yeah, you know what? It looked like Carson was picking up from last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Keep it stupid, easy. Stupid, easy, clean. No mistakes. Run a ball, hit your tight ends, and just make
KISS.
Yeah, that was I had a shot. But you know what? The offense was efficient. I mean, the defense came out and got the 3 and out. The offense got the ball back, they moved downfield, and did what they're supposed to do. We all had the feels like this is going to be a blowout game.
Yeah.
Keep it stupid. Was it
Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. They teach you that in math
I
class
forget what
in
it is.
5th grade.
It's not. It's definitely not that. It's keep it simple.
KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
Shut up.
it is that. All right, so that was the first possession. I
Yeah.
think on the second possession, we got a field goal. Third possession, we're driving down, and we get a glimpse of the rookie Rager and his speed with this play.
Eagles need to get to the 45 with a 4-man rush. Wentz has time, loads it up. Going deep down the field for Jalen Rager. He's got it! A bomb to the rookie Rager.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked great. Great anticipation. Great way for the rookie. The ball was out a little bit in front of him. He hit the X button and got there.
Well, he was good tracking, like you said.
Great.
Oh,
way.
yes.
He tracked that ball
Great way to
like
track the ball, and that's hard to do when you transition from college to the next level. He did an excellent job there, and he held on to it after the little contact. It looked good.
And the
man.
thing about
looked
it is we took advantage of Darby on that play. It wasn't a double move.
No.
It was a straight fly route. And if you see the whole play, you see him start. He comes like a seam, runs inside a little bit, then he's
breaks
straight up the field.
straight up
Straight up the field.
and you could see his Darby's hips if you go back and watch that play.
Man,
Well,
he got caught up.
he made him turn his hips. Like
Yeah.
if you look at the replay,
Yeah.
he was running straight steam, but then he made a little
To the
move
inside.
to the
Little-
outside.
Yeah.
It was
and
great.
Then he cut it
It was
back
great.
inside,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's what got Darby's hips turned. And
Oh, we
once he
used
cut
to
it
see that
inside,
from
it was
Darby.
like-
Though. We used to see that from Darby. We know Darby.
Well,
get
I'm not
all the
not
speed he got. He
I'm not
always get-
talking about Darby. I'm talking about the way that the rookie set him up.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
of course.
Like I said, it's a little transition from the collegiate to this level, and he has some great accolades that already.
Well, I correct myself here. That led to the field goal. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
All right.
The touchdown drive ended. Our last touchdown drive ended with Wentz going to Goddard, and it looked like this beautiful throw too. Look
Oh
at
yeah,
this.
it was great.
Wentz airing it out, has Goddard. What an adjustment and the catch for the touchdown.
At
Yeah,
this
that's-
point in the game, I'm feeling
Yeah.
like This is the Carson from last year.
Mhm.
This is what I was expecting this year to see Carson pick right up where he left off last year. And that was the culmination of seeing that in the first half. I was so excited. I was like, all my dreams are coming true, and here are all my predictions, everything. I'm like, yeah, he looks
13-3.
Because my prediction is he's going to return to his 2017 form. That's what I was excited about, and he looked like that right then on those first 4 possessions there.
Yeah, he did. He almost looked like MVP Wentz right there.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, but then some things happened along the way that was not in our favor. Carson Wentz looked bad. He reverted back to holding the ball too long, and don't get me wrong, not all of those 8 sacks were his fault. But he did play a part in a couple of them. The offensive line has to take credit for some of them.
Yes, it did.
And even running backs missing assignments, communications problems has to account for some of them.
The back when they didn't go empty and they had a back in the backfield, he was not picked. You're taught to go inside out. To pick up the inside.
We got that play right here. How about that?
Show it to him, Dante.
All right.
I can't slow it down, but I know this is the play right here.
Philadelphia only 8 of 24 on 4th downs last year. Here comes the house. Wentz is buried. Bostic on the line back.
That's basic, fundamental football. If you're a coach of
Scott should have picked him up, but he went outside.
If you're a football player, running back of any ilk, you're told to play inside out. You don't worry. He stepped to the outside. He didn't even look inside to see the mic, the hot mic coming.
No. When I first looked
you got to pick that up.
When I first looked at that play over, I thought it might have been something like a slip screen.
It was nothing.
Wait. Let me.
I'm sorry, man. I got upset again.
I know. I understand. If you go back and look at that play, the way that Boston Scott was looking at Carson Wentz, it looked like it was going to be a quick slip screen. But to what you just said, to add on what you said, the first thing is running backs, as you're taught, as far as pass blocking, is inside out. Fastest way to the quarterback is up the middle. Yep. So as a running back, you need to first scan the inside, then you move your vision towards the rest of the field. All right, that didn't happen. And you know what's going to happen is, I kind of said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The fact of the matter is, we haven't had a preseason. There's
no excuse. It's basic fundamental football. They teach you that the first year in college.
Let me finish.
All right.
The thing about a preseason and having extensive training camp with OTAs, yes, those things you are taught in college. But what happens when you take off a little bit? Don't you forget some things? Don't you forget, oh, this is the play that I did last year. All right, let me practice it some more. Let me go get some live competition and see how it works again. All right, I got it down. I'm ready for the season, right? Preseason gets you ready. OTAs get you more prepared for the science of football.
All right, so that was the end of our first quarter. Let's end the quarter. End the quarter first.
And that's the end of the quarter.
So, in the first half, after, like I said, the first 4 possessions, we were looking great, 17-0. We were killing them. We were moving the ball. We were matriculating the ball up and down the field. And then
matriculating the ball up and down. I love that word.
And then, as my man Drexel Davis says, when Wentz threw the interception late in the second quarter, the momentum shift, and we couldn't get it back. We'll go to that play right after we start the second quarter.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, again, if this is your first time tuning in to Eagles Talk, you need to know that the format of this show is that we talk about our favorite football team, that's the Philadelphia Eagles, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots at the beginning of each quarter, which there are 4 because we divide this show into 4 quarters just like a real game. So join us. This is an interactive show. When we do shots, you do shots, but drink responsibly. We're all home. And we're not going anywhere. So it's okay for us. I am partaking in this evening the Basil Hayden. What is this? The Basil Hayden, because there's different ones. I'm trying to see which one I actually have here. The Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Dag, I don't know which one it is. All right. It's the because they come different. So
is it the rye?
No, it's not the rye.
All right, yeah, that's the difference.
It's just to Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
So you tell by the difference is the color of the label here.
Yep.
So if you had the rye would be like a burgundy. This thing would be burgundy and all that. All right, so you let me know what you're drinking out there.
What you drinking, Shell?
I'm drinking the 1800 silver tequila.
I'm drinking my special Colonel EH till a small batch. It's 100 proof. I'm only doing two shots of this because this bad boy is very good. It's good with cigars. It's straight bourbon also, bourbon whiskey. And I'm not going to continue to abuse this.
Yeah, neither am I. You know, I'm a first half kind of guy on a weeknight. All right, so let's start this second quarter.
I think we did.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Down the hatch, everybody. Join us. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's smooth. So, the interception we're talking about is right here.
Man.
This changed the whole momentum of the game.
Here is Wentz. Going to air it out near side. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. That was a heartbreaker, and it was not needed. And they asked Doug not all throughout the week, but somebody asked Doug, do you think you were being a little too aggressive there? It was only like a minute and 37 seconds to go in the half. And instead of being more conservative and running the ball there and taking that 17-0 lead into the half, he kind of, we love him when it works. We hate him when it doesn't. And this is one of the times when he had the aggressive mindset. But in hindsight, you wish that he would just run the ball right there. Run the ball, not take any unnecessary chances, especially deep in our own territory. That was perfect run time. I know, after processing the whole game and looking at it and hearing him, and at first when I first heard him, he said, "No, you got to stay aggressive. You got to stay aggressive." And I can't kill him for that because we love. I mean, he won the Super Bowl we won the Super Bowl because of his aggressive play calling and stuff like that. So. Sometimes you live with it and you die with it. And we died with it right there. But I wish he would had run the ball. We all do. We so deep in their territory. That's where I disagree with him at. I don't want him to lose his aggressive approach, but just be a little smarter with it because at that point there, that was taking a chance. That was just taking a big risk right there, deep in our own territory to throw it like that. I would have liked to see some runs. And we all would have liked to see runs because, as you saw, the final numbers dropped back 51 times, ran the ball 17, ran the ball 14 times in the first half. 13 times in the first half, and only four times in the second half. So that is not the balance that we would like to see for our Philadelphia Eagles. And had he exhibited a greater balance, we might be having a different conversation right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because for the simple fact of in situations like that, you're about to go into the half, you get the ball back at halftime. It's almost like a Madden rule. You want to score and
21 point
and get the ball back. I mean, from us seeing Doug before, we kind of realized what he's trying to go after. But sometimes you gotta understand something. You guys didn't have no real preseason. The game is not going as smoothly as you would think it is. Your offensive line is barely holding up at that particular time. Your defense is dominating. I can't even bring this up. Your defense is dominating at this point. Like that Washington offense wasn't going past midfield. Then you just hand them your field yardage. You just hand them field position. You just hand them the opportunity to score. See, their average scoring yardage, they started on our 42-yard line.
I'm gonna say this too. When you get yourself in that type of situation, you didn't, like you said, you didn't have a preseason. Mm-hmm. You have your offensive line, which is hindered. You want to get these guys in a position where they're going forward.
Yeah,
they're when you're pass blocking, you're actually you're in defend mode. You're kick stepping. You got a guy coming into your chest. When you run the ball, you're going forward and popping somebody in the mouth. Mm-hmm. So at this point in the game, as a coach, I'm putting this on a coach. You should run.
Absolutely.
You should run the ball and get these guys used to going forward. And that way, you take all the enthusiasm, you take all the fight out of the team in front of you, because they know that they can't win.
But you also got to realize this is the opportunity for a fifth-year player in Carson Wentz, who's supposed to be the franchise quarterback. You say, you know what, this is a play that coach called. I see something different. Make an audible. You know this playbook. You know this playbook.
Wait. Don't be so quick to wish that, because I don't know. I ended off the show Sunday by saying, let's stop it with the elite quarterback status of Carson Wentz until he gives us more consistency. We've seen glimpses of that, but you cannot be tagged an elite quarterback until you do it.
They gave him elite quarterback money.
A consistent basis. The money does not make you a elite quarterback. If that's the case, Sam Bradford would have been an elite quarterback, because he ran away from this league with $100 million, and he was never an elite quarterback.
He was elite finesse.
Yeah, that's not the criteria and what makes you an elite quarterback. And what he showed on Sunday definitely did not make him an elite quarterback. Having the ability, I think I'm thinking that they give him a little bit too much leeway. Giving him the ability.
No.
Look, all right. So this is my comparison. Okay. When Frank Wright was there, they gave him 3 plays going up to the line of scrimmage. The play they called, and they gave him 2 other plays if he saw certain looks, and they were already picked out. They didn't leave it up to him to pick the plays. Yeah, they said, you run this. This is the first play unless you see this. If the safety up top is in the box, then you check down to this. If this is like this, you check down to that. But he had 3 plays that were already picked out for him. He had to run those. Since he's been allowed to pick his own plays, he seems to, and this ties in with him holding the ball too long, he seems to want to pick the home run play over the check down or the more modest play.
I have to stop you right there.
I'm going to say this. Finish. Hold up. Finish, Don. Go ahead. Finish.
All right. So I'm going to say that's at his detriment, because holding on to the ball and waiting for a 55-yard play every time is not going to happen. You have to realize sometimes that you have to live to play another down.
I agree.
Meaning throw the ball away if that's the best play you have. Sometimes that's the best play. The best play is no yards. That's the best play. And I wonder if they explain it to him like that. Like sometimes the best play is
no play.
0 yards.
Yeah. Do you have that clip?
Play.
Do you have that clip?
Oh, the which one?
The one where he could have ran or threw the ball away.
Oh yeah, I do. All right, so here we go. Now here's a sack where he could have threw the ball away.
4-man rush. Wentz bounces away, looking, and down he goes, and a man dropped him out of field goal range. Jonathan Allen comes through.
Now that's the play right there.
That's the play.
I'm gonna say this. One of his downfalls, one of Carson Wentz's downfalls, is his athletic ability. I'm gonna say that again. His athletic ability is what hinders him, because he's so used to being able to slip out the pocket, make these magical plays with his feet. If he didn't have this athletic ability, then he would just get rid of the ball. But he's so dependent on, he's made these plays time over and time again. He's so used to being magical with his feet and his athletic ability that he tends to hold on to the ball long, because he thinks he's going to make a magical play.
All right.
And that's what hinders him. Other quarterbacks don't have his ability, so they understand that if it's not a deep ball, it's a mid ball. If it's not a mid ball, it's a check down.
All right, stop. Time out. Go back last Thursday, all right? You didn't talk to me enough. Go back to last Thursday.
What you talking about, Mahomes?
The Kansas City offense was like Kansas City offense. I'm asking you a question.
They ran the ball over 30 times.
Wait.
They ran the ball over 30 times.
Okay. Kansas City offense was like Kansas City offense. No.
Yes.
You know what Mahomes pass per yards was?
What?
4.6. You know what that was? It consisted of small screens. Let me finish. I know you're about to say something. Screens, short passes. Now, when you come back to this offense, it's supposed to be a West Coast offense. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Coast offense consists of a lot of screens, a lot of misdirection, short passes.
Yeah.
I understand we got speed now. You don't have to go deep every single play. They're talking about
Carson Wentz that.
They talking about throwing this out route. The out route was there. No, you got to understand something about an out route. All right, if you got a corner in the NFL, he baits you in throwing an out route.
Yes,
if your quarterback is
yes,
late, so on that interception there, that interception was on Carson Wentz, not on the receiver. All right. That interception was on Carson Wentz because the ball placement was terrible.
Yes, it was.
Second of all, when you say his athletic ability, when you look at that that sack he just took, his athletic ability was nowhere to be found because in that situation, Jason Peters ran Chase Young all the way over to the other side. All right, your whole left side is wide open. Slide over there. There's nothing there. Throw the ball away.
All right. Well, that's the end of the second quarter there. And
that's the end of the quarter.
So at this point here, we're not liking Carson Wentz too much there. It seemed like a tale of two halves. I mean, two different quarterbacks. I didn't even recognize him in the second half. After the spectacular half he had in the first half, I did not recognize him after he threw that touchdown. He was the Carson Wentz that 2 years in that was holding the ball too long, reverting back to doing things that were detrimental to the team. Mm-hmm. I had thought that he had shaken that for good by the last 4 games of last year, and the first 4 drives of this game. I'm thinking like, wow, he's made that next step. He's made that progression, but he seemed to regress after that first interception and holding on to the ball. And you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of, come on, this guy's in his 5th year, and this is why I say remove the elite label off of him. He's in his 5th year, and I know that none of us walking this earth are perfect. But we try to learn, especially in this game of football, you try to learn from your mistakes, and you try to grow from them and not make those same mistakes. But here we are in the 5th year, and we're hearing the same old excuses. And this is I got Doug Peterson here. This is Doug Peterson in response to what Carson Wentz and holding the ball too long and still doing some of the things that we think he should be beyond. This is him making excuses, in my opinion.
I do believe he can learn that, and I do believe that we can continue to coach it better. You're probably going, well, it's a broken record, but it's what we have to do. We have to continue to discuss and continue to talk with him about it. And look, if he's holding the ball, there's a reason. There's a reason. Maybe we got to coach the routes better. Maybe I have to call a play better. I've got to put our team in a better situation. There's all types of scenarios and possibilities on every play. And it's all about the communication that we have throughout the week.
Bullshit. This is what I'm saying. Like, how is it your fault that this man is not listening to you tell him to get rid of the ball? Like, how is it your fault? You got to say it. You got to communicate it better. I mean, how much clearer can you say when the pressure comes and there's nothing there, get rid of the ball? What I mean, does he have to say it in Chinese? You guys help me out.
Let's start the third quarter. Let's go ahead and start the third quarter.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right, so we're starting the third quarter. You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots at the beginning of every quarter, and this show is divided into 4 quarters just like a real game. So this is an interactive show. When we do shots, you do shots. Unfortunately, we're not doing shots. Me and Pat we're out. We're done.
Pat's doing a shot.
Hold up.
Oh.
Flag on the play.
I'm doing one more shot.
So they threw a flag on the play. So those guys, they're doing tequila, and what's that whiskey you're doing?
I'm doing E.H. Tiller small batch. This is my last shot because this is a good brand. If you want some good whiskey, this for a cigar, go get this
It's cost a little dollars, but it's really good. It's really good.
All right, so everybody join them as they take up and take a shot. Down the hatch, everyone. 3, 2, 1. All right, we started the third quarter, and I'm going to go to some comments right here.
Yeah,
all right, here we go. Richard Boo says that Frank Reich is missed. Yes, he is missed, very much so. Yeah, I think so. I think he is missed. Although the first half, he didn't look that bad. I mean, it didn't look that bad. It looked like the new offensive brain trust was working.
You know what? I'm gonna call it Howie's fault. It was Howie's fault.
The first 15 plays that they script out were amazing. They worked to a T. That's what we were missing. When Frank Wright was here, our first 15 were deadly. We scored.
Yep.
We scored almost every time on at least the first, if not the first, but the second possession at all times. And we've been missing that for the last couple of years. So to see that again was very encouraging to me. And guess what, guys? Guess what? How about this? And I know it may be a fool's stat right now, but guess who has the #1 defense in the league according to yards allowed? And that's the Philadelphia Eagles. We are the #1 defense in the league according to yards allowed. Now, that was helped out a lot because Carson Wentz threw a couple picks deep in their own territory, so it didn't take them many yards to punch it in. But whatever. Again, I don't think we blame a lot on the defense. They played as best as they could with their backs up against the wall almost all the time. They had an average. I think they had an average field position of in our territory. That was not good. So, we did the best we could, and because of that, not points allowed, which is my most important defensive stat in my book anyway. Points allowed, but in yards allowed, we are #1. We have the #1 defense in the league. Let me go to a couple comments out here. Jeremiah says, is Carson really our franchise quarterback? I still kind of believe he is. Deborah says, we hear the same thing from Doug and Wentz every press conference. Deborah, you have never lied about that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play Carson Wentz, and it's not going to sound too much different from what he used to say in 18. And we need better than that. Here we go. Jalen Hurts will be our starter in 2 years. I heard that on a talk show this week, too.
Yeah, I heard that, too.
About the fact that he might be out of here in 2 years. Now, to me, that sounds ridiculous. But, hey,
anything can happen.
They know something that we don't know. All right, so anyway, I played earlier Doug Peterson making excuses for Carson Wentz and him even taking on the blame that he needs to do a better job of explaining to Carson Wentz that he needs to throw the ball away, which is asinine to me. But anyway, here's Carson Wentz, and he sounds like a broken record again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty aware of it. Every case, every specific play is very specific. It's really case by case, and there's a time and a place to fight. There's a time and a place to throw it away. There's a time and a place to just eat it and take the sack. And I'm obviously not going to get it right 100% of the time. And so it's continually talking through with press, with coach, with everybody, and understanding, you're not going to get it right. You're not going to be 100%, but how can we grow? How can we get better? And at the end of the day, some of those things are going to happen, but I just can't put the ball on the ground. I got to take care of it. Sacks might happen. Throwaways are okay, but I got to be able to lock that ball up and not put it on the ground anymore.
Yeah, you need to not put it on the ground, and you need to throw it away too. You need to throw it away.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to talk about Peterson's commentary. I hear a lack of acceptance for it's like he's trying to put it on. He said the receivers might not have run a good route. Maybe the quarterback didn't throw it away. It's like the one thing that other coaches do is they take acceptance. They take accountability for their team not being successful, and I don't see him doing that. I don't. He's not doing. It's like he's trying to put the weight on someone else instead of just taking. Instead of just taking acceptance for that. Number two, the quarterback, like you need to do the same thing. Like if I just accept that I had a bad game and that we're going to move forward to be successful. Like I don't hear either one of these guys taking acceptance and accountability for what transpired. I hear them trying to pass the
No.
buck.
Who are you talking about? I got it now. Now I need to stop you there.
All
Are
right,
you
go
saying
to
that Doug Peterson
yeah.
is not taking blame?
I
Doug Peterson
don't.
is taking too much blame. He's making excuses
I
for
don't.
Carson Wentz and taking blame that he needs to be
He didn't
better
say
at
he didn't say that.
communicating.
He didn't say that in the comments, and he didn't say that in the commentary. He said
Hold
that
on,
maybe
wait a
the
minute.
res-
Hold on.
he said,
wait a
listen,
minute.
play it again.
Hold on. I'm gonna play it right now. I got it. The video don't.
I do believe he can learn that, and I do believe that we can continue to coach it better. You're probably going, well, it's a broken record, but it's what we have to do. We have to continue to discuss and continue to talk with him about it. And look, if he's holding the ball, there's a reason. Maybe we got to coach the routes better. Maybe I have.
All right.
He said we, them.
We.
He never said I. He said I one time at the end of the conversation.
All right.
Wait a minute. First, you said he doesn't take any accountability. He said we. What does we? Do we have to have an English class right here? Does we mean you and them, or does we mean me and somebody else?
I means I didn't call it a good game.
Well, first and foremost, when you say we, you include everybody.
You're including yourself.
Because you gotta understand something. There's no I in team. They lost this game regardless of how good our defense or
I should have called a better game.
How good the special teams were, whatever might have been the case. We lost this game.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to my 3 points. All right,
go to the 3 points.
All right,
point number one. You gotta understand something. All right, you as a quarterback have the ability to affect the game, regardless of what you're doing. You can throw an interception and change the flow of the game, like you did last week. You can also throw a good comeback route, and your receiver, which is a rookie, I don't know if you have that clip right now, he didn't come back for the route.
All right, number 2.
Oh, that's the second. That was the second interception, right?
Yes, you have the second interception. Let's see that real quick.
Yeah, here's the second one.
Now, a couple 3 and outs after a super strong start as Wentz near side, and that is intercepted. It is picked off by Moreland with some blocks. Jimmy Moreland inside the 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the second one. So if you look at that, if you break down and look at that play, you got to understand something. John Hightower is a rookie, all right?
Yes.
So when they say we got to coach your routes out better, go back and look at the tape first, because that route is a comeback route. A hitch, not a hitch route and sit. It's a comeback route. It's for the receiver to
go up,
plant and come back. He sat down, and therefore, as a corner, I'm driving on that.
I'm reading
All right.
and I'm driving.
Number 2. So that's number 2. Number 3. I'm gonna surprise all y'all with this one. Howie. For the past years that he's been our GM, he has made the worst decisions as a GM. Boyer was phenomenal, but go back and look at those players. They were older players. One thing that we hated and we loved. Hold up. One thing that we hated and we loved from Joe Banner was that he got rid of players when they were done their prime, which was 30 or 31. The one thing we hate about Joe Banner that he did was get rid of Brian Dawkins, and we crucified that man for that because he shouldn't did that. But at the same time,
everybody's not the same.
He played it right. His poker hand was very well as GM. Howie, for some reason, has an alliance with these players, and it's a detriment for the future of our team. Because now you have a 30-something-year-old left tackle. You have a Aussie football player who playing right tackle when the Auburn player that you picked, which was a good pick, Jack Driscoll played well for 50 snaps. Then you got to pay these other guys who's around these 29 and 30-year-old players. You don't have no protection for your $100 million quarterback. That's the issue. The one thing Joe Banner always did for Andy Reid was have an offensive lineman for him.
Well, I think that's a little unfair. I know we're mad and we're throwing mud around on everything, but I think Howie coming into the season, I don't think that no one can deny that he did a pretty good job outside of getting some free agents that we probably wanted on the team. I think he addressed a lot of the needs that we thought that this team had. We thought that they were slow, and he addressed that with the wide
got
receivers
speed.
that he brought in. We got speed. He brought speed in here.
You definitely got
He's
speed.
always a person that invests in the trenches. It's not his fault that the trenches are breaking down. You know, he got people in here, and you know, we had 2 major injuries on the offensive line before regular season started. Our starting Pro Bowl right guard went down, and our projected starting left tackle went down. That's, you know what I mean? But even with that, he got some depth in there, some younger depth, because that was another thing we talked about last year, being an older team. So in him getting younger, he had to bring in the rookies, and we don't know if they are good yet because it's too early to tell. But they did play that first game, and I do see this. I see the fact that we want to get young, and they are giving the young guys every opportunity and the snaps and the reps to get to where they need to get to. I mean, we could take and slow walk these guys in, but they are playing these guys. They play John Hightower. They play Rager. You can see Rager being played because he's the number 1 draft pick, and he
has some
training
speed,
camp.
man.
But they also play John Hightower. So, you know, that's not with the norm around here. We usually slow walk receivers into the game, and they're giving these young guys a time, you know, the reps to get in the game and hopefully accelerate their progress, because you're not going to get good if you don't get game reps.
Yeah, this new NFL, man. As soon as you get a guy in, you gotta get him. You gotta play. I'm saying that. If you look at Baltimore, as soon as the quarterback got in, he played. You look at, like I said, I'm gonna say this: as long as we got that guy, Eric Metcalf, we could have got Metcalf, and we got who we got. It is what it is. But every time he catches the ball, I'm like, we could have got him. He won Rookie of the Year, and right now he's number 2 in the NFL in reception yards.
Are you sure about that?
All right. Let's stop this quarter. This is third quarter's over.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Start this, man. Pour me a shot to kill him, man.
All
You
right,
want a shot to kill him? All right.
Yeah,
You going straight from Brown to Clear?
No, I'm joking.
I poured for him. I ain't scared. You home?
Right, so
what don't matter?
I am home.
This is Eagles talk. You are watching.
Let's
begin. We didn't start the third quarter. Started.
Start fourth quarter. This is fourth quarter.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, so the fourth quarter, you're watching Eagles Talk, the number 1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by the fans, for the fans. We're not broadcast journalists. We are fans just like yourselves, and we are looking at the game through the same lens. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage as we do so. This week, I was partaking in the Basil Hayden Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. My co-hosts are partaking in tequila 1800.
I kind of changed my mind because I wasn't drinking my cigar. So
all right, so Pat is going to sit out the fourth quarter, but
I'm not doing a double.
What you're drinking? No.
How many doubles I did for you?
I'm not doing a double.
For real.
All right, let me know what you're drinking out there, and everybody, raise your glasses to our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I'm going to get off of that. We're gonna wipe that clean. Let's start moving forward because we have a big game, a huge, gigantic game.
There we
against only in the second week too, and it's probably only because we're Eagles fans. But and I might be overreacting, but I'm an Eagle fan, and I'm gonna stay true to our DNA and say that in the second week of this season, this game against the Rams is a must-win game already. Already, it's a must-win game in the second week of the season. And I don't think I'm panicking because I laid out the next 5 games. And we play the Rams this week. We play Cincinnati, who's playing tonight, next week. Then we play the 49ers. Didn't look particularly good in their first game, but that could change because they went to the Super Bowl last year. So they're not they're not deprived of talent over there. So we have the 49ers, the Steelers that look great against the Giants, and the Ravens. Now, before we lost this game, I had us at 3-3 after the first 6 games. I had us sweeping the first 3 games, Washington being one of them. This week against the Rams and then the Bengals. And then I had us losing 3 in a row. So if my predictions, if it comes to fruition here, we could possibly be looking at 2-4 since we didn't win that first game.
I had us 4-2.
Unless we win one of those games that I had us losing, or a couple of those games that I had us losing. I know it's predictions are predictions, but that's where I had us, and it's not looking good that we lost that first game to a team that I think we should have won. What do you guys see with the Rams, and not the outcome, but what do you see as our challenges going into this next game against the Rams?
One big challenge. His name is Aaron Donald. I mean, if you go back and look at the tape of what he did to the 49ers, 49ers, to the Cowboys offensive line, I mean, he wiped 3 guys out and still got he didn't get a sack. He got a pressure on Dak. Like, this guy is,
and he's barely 6 foot.
He is 6 foot though.
He's barely 6 foot. I met him. He went to bed.
Show me, you're 5'9".
I'm not 5.
All right. So anyway, the issue with the Rams is, for some reason, somehow, some way, we have their number. Doug Peters is undefeated against the Rams, and they're supposed to have this Grubel as a head coach, but we're always taking them down. Their strong point right now used to be just their defensive front. Now that they got a defensive back in Jalen Ramsey, I mean, they're not the most complete team, but they got a good thing going on that defensive side of the ball. But we can exploit that because now we do have speed. But as Doug Peterson needs to do, those deep routes, you got to eliminate that 7-yard drop. Because by the time Carson gets to the 3rd step, he's getting hit. All right? 3-step drops, 1-step hitches. You got to get that ball out quickly, efficiently, and now you have Miles Sanders and Lane Johnson coming back in this game. Take advantage of these guys, regardless of how. Listen, you're never healthy for a season. You're never going to be healthy for the season. So
you're never healthy like preseason.
Take advantage of as much as you can take advantage of with these guys when they come back from the roster. And somehow, I think we can pull this one out.
I say we gotta do better in our run game.
We do.
We gotta do better in our run game. Our run formations, they stink.
We don't have run formations. You run around a shotgun.
Can I finish? Our run formations stink. You had the running back 1 step in front of the quarterback to the left, 1 step in front of the quarterback to the right.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta. We in NFC. You gotta be able to punch people in the mouth, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to punch somebody in the mouth. You gotta load heavy, double tight end on the right, double tight end on the left. You gotta be able to punch people in the mouth and run the ball downfield.
That's our offense too, man. What you just said is our offense is a double tight end set, a 12 set.
I just said if you got double tight ends, put both of them on the right side, put both of them on the left side, and run the ball. Have one guy close down and get the inside linebacker, the other guy pick up the outside linebacker, and have our running back run on the angle downfield right to the safety. A 4-yard run is a good run. That's what John Gruden said.
Dante, you said
4-yard. Yeah, a 4-yard run is a great run. I mean, it's not greater than the 20-yard run, but I'm talking about if you can average 4 yards a carry, come on. We can march down the field.
Just run the ball 3 times. First down.
That's 3 times. First down all the time. All
right,
so
go ahead, Dante.
Go ahead, Don.
I figured the first 2 weeks would be a mess across the league with the COVID going on. And I'm reading that from Junior Rustine. Tremont says, yes, run the damn ball. And I have to stop right there because run the ball is very key. We learn that every year Doug Peterson has been there. He has had his moments where he's channeled his inner Andy Reid and ignored the run, but he seems to be one that realizes it and bounces back a lot quicker than Andy Reid might have. I think Andy Reid is the beneficiary of having outstanding OC over there now who calls the plays, who doesn't allow him to get caught up in pass too much. And he has a great balance. Yeah. We need that mindset here, especially going into the Rams game next week. We have to have more of a balance. We cannot be 47 passes to 17 runs. We can't do that.
Not. You do that, you lose.
We're going to lose all the time. I don't care. You have to stay committed to the run, even if we're only getting 2 yards a pop. We have to have the threat that is there. It opens up so much more just by having the threat that is coming. If they
That's
don't
football.
know what's coming, that's football. You have to
That's
play
football.
chess, not checkers. So like Pat said in the post game, if you don't run the ball every now and again, the defense pins their ears back and they come right after the quarterback.
Yep.
And that's what they did. So Doug Peterson, please, if you're looking, if you respect us in any manner, which you probably don't, but anyway, if you do respect us in any manner, listen to us, guy. We just need you to run the ball and have some type of balance. It might not be successful all the time, although I'm seeing it being more successful this week with the return of Miles Sanders, with the added week of work with the 2 young linemen. They didn't play awful games. It was a learning experience.
Jack Driscoll was outstanding out there. He got beat one time. Yes, you got to realize he's a rookie. He's a fifth round pick from Auburn, but he played outstanding football. Even the right guard, I still don't understand why Matt Pryor's not out there. But Nate Herbert, even though he got abused one time, I mean, you got to understand something. Once he anchored down, he was pretty good.
Okay.
It was when Jack Driscoll went out and Malata came in. You know, the communication started to get frantic on that line.
You need to have Malata just going forward, man.
Malata, you know what? This time that experiment is up. I hate to say
him going forward.
I hate to say it. That experiment is up. All right, it's time to move on to people that has experience on the offensive line and stop playing around with these experiments. All right, because you play around these experiments, you're gonna mess around, get your quarterbacks, regardless of who's in there, killed.
All right, and talking about who's in there, we would like to see Shell in the picture of the frame. So why don't you move into the? Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Apologize.
All right, so
I'm 4
all right,
shots in, man.
All right, let me go to a couple comments out there.
Everything starts leaning 4 shots in.
Everett says, "What's wrong with going to the bread and butter? Just abuse defenses with Ertz and Goddard." Yeah. They did work too.
Ertz got to catch the ball.
Yeah, he has to catch.
Yeah,
the ball.
he had what?
He had that play?
He had 2 drops.
Do you have that play?
He had that 4th down drop that was huge.
Yeah.
You know what? We're not gonna go
Everett
back.
also
We're not gonna go
says-
back to that. You're right.
No,
You're right.
I'm not. We're not going back to that. Thank you, my man. Driscoll played great ball. He was my pick. I wanted at 3rd round. So he's
We got
agreeing
lucky
that
with him.
Driscoll played great, played good at that tackle position. And that's what I'm saying. The philosophy has changed a little bit, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. There's just going to be some growing pains with this new philosophy, which is giving the young guys the reps that they need to accelerate their progress. You're not going to get better if you don't have grass time or you don't get those reps that you need. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hold up, man. We got to put a pause in the comment section.
Well, what's up?
Trademark. He said,
said,
Jack D is from Connecticut, baby. He said, put a pause on my last comment.
wow, what he said?
He said, Jack D. Jack D is from Connecticut.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah.
You know what? Like you said, Dante, when we got to turn the page, we do got to turn the page. It's the first game of the year. A lot of teams, you know, they lose against teams they shouldn't lose against all the time. It happens all the time. And
we got first game out the way. We can go 15-1 from here.
I don't know. We're gonna do that. But,
I don't know about that.
We can
all right, that's what 4 shots. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the results of 4 shots. 4 shots, and then he goes to the Red Cup. If anybody knows anything about the black community, when you go to the Red Cup,
especially when they hold it like this, when they hold it like this, is the difference.
Oh, yeah.
When you hold it like that, it's cool, it's juice. But when you hold it like this,
disappearing and everything. Oh my goodness, you guys, y'all, what y'all doing? Y'all disappearing. Y'all gotta adjust your green screen. Oh my God, y'all messing up the joke. All right, anyway, look, I feel good. I feel good about us going into the Rams game. I'm still a little fearful about their defensive line because Aaron Donald is no joke. Although we have been able to keep him in check the 3 times we played him the past 3 years.
Yeah, he has not had a good game against us ever.
No, he is not going off against us. But there's
knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. There's a first time for everything. So I'm hoping that with another week of running with the ones and trying to get that continuity together, Driscoll and Herbert, will be more in sync and have an even better game than what they had the first week. I'm hoping that Carson Wentz bounces back too. I hope that he takes this personally and zones in and returns to that 2017, not even 2017. I'll just take the last 4 games of last year. If you can get back to that level of his play.
Yeah. And he was throwing the guys from Wawa.
And he was throwing and we have better talent. We have more talented receivers than that now. Just coach him up a little bit. But Rager looks good. Hightower didn't have his most his most good.
He did not look good.
He didn't have his best game.
He did not look good running routes.
But I'm going off of what they said in preseason, and I hope that they coach him up and he doesn't lose his confidence like Aguilar, and has a bounce back week.
Yeah.
What puzzled me, I'll tell you this, and this is the last time I'll refer to last week, was the fact that Deshaun Jackson only played 54% of the snaps. That's 50. He played half of the snaps on offense. And I was perplexed as to why they did not play our best and most experienced receiver more than that.
I think that was coaching. It had nothing to do with him. He was there. He was ready to go.
They put him on a pitch count. They wanted to limit his snaps to get him for the whole season. Yeah, but you know what?
I want to win. I don't want to. This ain't baseball.
Wait a minute. This guy is healthy. He's 100% healthy. He should not be on the pitch count.
He said he feels faster now than he did when he came in his rookie year. You got to watch him on Instagram. You watch him on Instagram?
Instagram ain't nothing. Right. I know this quarter's ended, but I want to say this before we finish this quarter. Let me end the quarter real quick, and I'm going to say it.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, let you understand something. If you go back and look at that tape, believe it or not, he was the guy that they had the safety over top of. He had Deshaun Jackson. They didn't have a safety over top. Yeah. They didn't have a safety over top Rager. They didn't have a safety over top John Hightower. They didn't have a safety over top Greg Ward. They only had a safety over top Deshaun Jackson. Because they're
scared of his. He's got the real speed.
That's why Rager was open deep
for that pass.
For that one pass he caught. The second one, he actually admitted to he wasn't running full speed. He beat the corner by 5 yards on that second route. Carson threw it where he should have been at. And we look at that play like Carson Wentz overthrew the ball. No, Rager didn't run that route. So
Rager, he took it down. He didn't.
So when Doug Peterson say we have to coach these receivers better, meaning every play should be 100% from you. As a rookie, you have no excuse to not run 100%.
I agree.
As a veteran, some veterans, they take a play down. They play a playoff. But as a rookie, every play should be 100% because, especially one that's talented like you got. Man, this guy has the second fastest time in the last 4 years as far as miles per hour besides Tyreek Hill. He got Tyreek Hill got him by 0.02.
Yeah, and that was on display. Even with that pass that you're talking about, that play that you're talking about.
Yeah,
he barely. I mean, he just missed it. It looked like Carson overthrew him, but that was him catching up after not running.
Two steps. Yeah. 2 steps. He's got that ball.
Two steps, and that was after him taking it down a gear then turning it back up. He still almost made that. So he dropped it from
6th to 5th and put it in 4th, and he should have kept it in 6th.
Right. Man. And then he went back to 6th and almost caught the ball. So I mean, that's just amazing speed right there. So again, how he did address a lot of areas that we had need for. Sometimes you don't hit on all the draft picks, but how he has to have a better percentage on his draft picks. And these guys, the jury's still out. They're just starting. But 2 young guys, 2 rookies from this class are on the offensive line right now, and they're learning by fire. They're learning under fire. Under
fire.
So I feel good about this week coming in, being them having a little bit more experience with Miles Sanders coming back, Lane Johnson coming back. We have some returning players coming back. So
Javon Hargrave might be back too.
Hargrave may be back also. So that bodes well for us going to this Rams game. And it's in our stadium, although, the crowd doesn't make a difference.
The mayor of Philadelphia has cut off access to the stadium
As he
on
should.
five of the major roads going towards the stadium. So there's no way that you can.
Well, unless you're going to Xfinity Live, you got to have a ticket to go there. See, you got to understand something. The game last Thursday, where Kansas City had their game when they had fans there, one of the fans had COVID, contracted COVID. They contacted the 10 people that fan was around to put them in a quarantine.
Yeah.
See how quickly that travels. So it's very important if we want to continue to watch football right now, and to something that say that they test, because trust me, I'm not doing the vaccine. I'm keep my mask on.
I'm not doing that vaccine.
Until then, right? We got to keep these stadiums clear. We do have to keep these stadiums clear. Got to root from afar, and maybe we can do digital TVs in there.
Shout out to the Big Ten. Penn State is going to be playing. Ohio State is going to be playing in October. Just wanted to shout out the Big Ten, so everybody knows.
All right, so that's going to be it for us, man. We're going to join you guys pregame on Sunday, and we'll talk more in depth about the upcoming opponent, the LA Rams, that come to Philadelphia and face our Philadelphia Eagles. Our coach has gotten the best of them, although their coach is ranked on higher lists than our coach, which baffles me sometimes. But anyway, so we're
going to be at, Dante.
We're going to be home, actually.
We're going to be home. I got a 75-inch screen TV I'm going to put up for the game.
You should have just let the Best Buy guys put it up.
All right, guys. You guys tune in on Sunday for our pregame show. The kickoff is at 1 o'clock, so our pregame show will be at 12 noon. So make sure you tune in right here and watch the pregame with Eagles fans just like yourselves. Don't watch it with the network guys. Nah. They can't drink on air. They can't curse like we do. Not that.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
Come on back here, man. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys on Sunday, 12 noon, right here, same bat channel, same bat time. Take us out of here, Pat. We're out. Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen. It's Eagles talk high, it's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat, Sharon, Dante, the dark child. Drop the stats on them.